Let's dive right into a question that I know keeps a lot of local service business owners up at night. Does having a small budget for Google Ads mean you're just doomed to fail? Well, you might actually be surprised by the real answer.
So does this sound familiar? You log into your Google Ads account, you see the clicks coming in, people are seeing your ads for sure. But then you look at your phone and it's just crickets. The schedule is empty. It's a super common problem, so trust me, you are not alone in feeling this frustration.
It really can feel like you're just pouring your hard-earned money into a black hole. Every one of those clicks costs you something, but if they're not turning into actual business, that budget just seems to evaporate, right? It just vanishes, and you're left with nothing to show for it.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about this leaky ad budget. Where is all that money actually going? Because figuring out the why behind the problem is honestly the only way we're going to fix it. So this right here, this is where your money is going. Just take a look. In a typical campaign that hasn't been focused, nearly half your budget gets eaten up by totally irrelevant clicks. Another huge chunk, maybe 40%, goes to completely the wrong audience. I mean, that means a staggering 85% of your cash is gone before it even has a chance to work for you. That little tiny sliver left over, yeah, that's all you've got to attract real customers.
And this is so important to understand. It's not that Google Ads is broken. The platform itself is incredibly powerful. The thing is, you just can't use the same strategy as some giant company with an endless budget. Having a small budget isn't a death sentence. It just means you have to be way smarter and way more focused.
And that brings us to what is probably the single biggest mistake we see business owners make. We call it the watering can mistake.
Okay, picture this. You've got this huge field you need to water, but all you have is one of those little watering cans. So what do? If you try to run around and sprinkle a little bit of water on every single plant, what happens? Right? Nothing grows. You've used up all your water, but no single plant got enough to actually survive. Well, that is exactly what's happening when your ad budget is spread too thin.
Look at this comparison because it really shows the two different worlds we're talking about. Big companies, they can afford to just spray and pray, right? Target everyone, everywhere for everything they do. But for a small business, for you, that is a guaranteed recipe for failure. Your reality demands just absolute ruthless focus to even make a dent.
And the results of that watering can approach, they're painful, and they probably sound pretty familiar. You're getting clicks from people trying to do it themselves, or people just shopping for the cheapest price, not serious customers. Your phone does ring, but it's for jobs you don't even do. You end up trying to compete with huge companies for these super expensive keywords, and at the end of the day, you're looking at a big fat zero for your return on investment. So how in the world do we fix this? Well, it's pretty simple actually. We trade in that watering can for a laser beam. Now, I know it sounds a little counterintuitive, but trust me, it is ridiculously effective. Here's the absolute core of the idea. It's really simple. If you want to get more results, I'm talking more calls, more book jobs, more profit, you have to aim your advertising at doing less. That's right, less targeting, fewer services, and a much smaller audience. So how does this actually work? Well, it all starts with making one single decision. Instead of trying to target anybody and everybody who might kind of need your service, you focus on just one person, your single most valuable, most ideal customer. Seriously, take a second. Who is that person for your business? Next up, you stop advertising your entire laundry list of services. You just pick one. The one specific service that is the most profitable for you, or the one that your ideal customer needs most urgently. What's that one job that makes you the most money with the least amount of headache? That's the one. And finally, your goal is not clicks. It's not impressions. It's not even leads. Your one and only clear goal is a booked profitable job. Period. Everything in your campaign, every ad, every keyword has to be aimed at that one single outcome.
So that's it. That's the laser beam strategy in a nutshell. It's all about taking your entire budget, no matter how small it is, and concentrating it with like surgical precision. You're aiming it all to attract that one perfect customer who needs your one most profitable service right this second. All right, theory is great and all, but let's see how this actually plays out in the real world. What does this shift from a watering can to a laser beam really do for your bottom line? This table just makes it so incredibly clear. Look at the watering can plumber. They're just bidding on local plumber. They get clicks, yeah, but from who? Press shoppers, DIYers. It's not leading to jobs. Now look at the laser beam plumber. Their ad is for emergency drain cleaning. They're going to get fewer clicks for sure, but every single person clicking has a serious, urgent, high-value problem that they need solved now. The result isn't just clicks, it's a profitable job on the books. And here's what that perfect journey looks like from the customer side. So a homeowner has an emergency, and they search for a very specific solution. Bam! Your laser-focused ad shows up, speaking directly to their exact problem. They click on it, and they're already pre-qualified. They know you're the right person for the job. And the end result is exactly what you wanted all along, a high-value, profitable job. So as we start to wrap this up, I really want you to completely change the way you think about your advertising budget. If you only remember one thing today, please let it be this. The problem has never been the size of your budget. It's the size of your target. The second you shrink your target down, you amplify the power of every single dollar you spend. So instead of looking at your small budget as a weakness, I want you to start seeing it as a strength. It's like a strategic filter. It forces you to be disciplined. It forces you to figure out what really matters, your absolute best customer and your most profitable service. It basically forces you to become a much, much smarter marketer. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to really think about. If you had to bet it all on just one service, the one that brings in the best customers and the most profit, what would it be? Because that right there, that's where your laser beam needs to be aimed, starting today. Hey, if this new way of thinking was helpful for you, make sure you subscribe. We're always putting out more practical, no-fluff strategies just like this one to help you get real results from your marketing. And of course, if you want some help turning your Google ads from a money pit into a machine that brings in real calls and booked jobs, Proper Marketers is a fantastic resource to check out. Thanks so much for watching.